Hi everyone. I know I've talked about this before, but it's worthwhile talking about it again. It's extremely worthwhile talking about it again, and we've got lots more followers on this page, and there'll be people that have not heard this information before. So I worked with a little dog yesterday. This dog is small, like Jack Russell size. Worked with a trainer, and the first thing this trainer did, the trainer did was put a shock collar on the dog and shock the dog. Okay. Dog is extremely upset at the presence of other dogs and people outside, and guy took little or no history, no observation, stuck the shock collar on the dog and shocked the dog. Okay, now we've got positive trainers like me who don't use or do our absolute best. We don't use aversive tools, okay, and we do our best to avoid aversive motivation for the dog. Okay, so that's the dog avoiding or escaping things in the environment. So all the motivation that we work on is safety, okay, security, and good things. That's our how we motivate our dogs to be with us. All right, the more that you nail those things, the easier it becomes for your dog to build a relationship with you and feel safe and secure. Now, this joker that I'm just after telling you about calls himself a balanced trainer. All right, he's not a balanced trainer. He's not a balanced trainer. He's an aversive trainer. Okay, now I'll talk briefly about this. Okay, I'll try and keep it brief. If you're working through something and you're training and you keep getting good feedback, okay, that works. Do more of that. That works for you. Okay, there's a good outcome at the end of it. Do more than that. Do more of that. You are now using positive reinforcement mainly in order to motivate the dog to do those things. Okay, so the dog's reason for doing the behavior is to access good things. Okay, and so if you look at me doing some clicker training with my dog, he is doing those behaviors because they access good outcomes for him. Okay, now imagine I now training Sonny, okay, and I get to a stage in my training where I don't have the knowledge to go further, and in order to try and proof it, I now start using aversives. Okay, so I use aversive stimuli. So basically what I'll say is if you do these behaviors, good things happen. Now if you don't do them, bad things happen, and when you do the behavior, a bad thing stops happening. Okay, and then after that a good thing might happen. All right, so an example of that would be the dog, we work through the training with a recall with positive reinforcement. Okay, dog comes back and we get food and toys and play and a whole big party for the dog. When the dog stops doing that, we now stick an electric collar on him. Not advocating we do this. Okay, and we start shocking the dog for not coming back, and we shock the dog when the dog does come back, and then either give the dog something good or don't. All right, now the motivation for that has now completely changed for the dog. The dog is now doing those behaviors in order to escape or avoid the shock or the slip lead or the pain, all right, the discomfort. So we've completely changed the motivation for the dog from doing that. Okay, now that's if you've trained positively first. All right, and this is where this myth is just garbage nonsense, all right, of balanced training comes in. If the first thing that your trainer does is puts a prong collar, a shock collar, or a slip lead on your dog, and they use that off the bat to train new things, that's now the dog's motivation. Okay, the dog is now motivated to do the behaviors that are attached to those things in order to avoid the pain going on, or when the pain comes on, to get the pain turned off, to escape that behavior. All right, so the motivation entirely there, okay, is about pain and avoidance of pain, removal or avoidance of pain. So it doesn't matter at that point if we give the dog a treat. The treat is almost entirely irrelevant at that point. Okay, it's like slapping your child for doing something wrong, and when they stop doing something wrong, telling them that they're good and you love them. Okay, or a disabled person, or a person with dementia, okay, or your partner, or your subordinate, or your colleague at work. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, it is just a nonsense. All right, so balanced training is not balanced. Okay, it is aversive, and the motivation is aversive. regardless of when it's put in. At least with the first model I described of training with positive reinforcement first, we've started training with positive reinforcement. It's a step back from the hideous part of putting a shock collar on a dog from the get-go, okay? And yeah, we just need to stop giving these people airtime, we stop mentioning their names, we stop engaging with their social media content, and we stop giving them business. All right, much love to you. Sorry it's a bit ranty, okay? Much love to you.